Hello boys and girls, Lord Hawkeye here again. I was watching a video that Stefan did, and then took down and then brought up again for reasons unknown. But anyways, he talked about some sinister reasons behind behind ethics. How basically it's a way for the ruling classes to say that something's bad and then make themselves the exception to it. Like, stealing is bad, except when we do it, because it's called taxes. You know, because changing the name just changes the whole nature of it, as we all know. And I got to thinking about that, and it reminded me of something I heard before, and I found that there's also more to it than that. I think there's also a very sinister consolation prize for the non-ruling classes. What that is well, first of all, there was an old friend of mine I knew a while ago. He was from Australia, and he spent some time in the U.S. and talked about some various things. He had a whole website, pretty entertaining. And at one part, he talked about religion in the U.S., how different it was, because in Australia it's not nearly as prevalent. And there was something he talked. There was a really amusing term he came up for the way that most people worship religion, and he called it the McJesus faith. Yeah, you can stop laughing now. Anyways, he described it as, it's the cheap, convenient way to worship. Go to church, say your prayers, read your scripture, don't be gay or otherwise sinful, and you're covered. No self-sacrifice, no discipline, no loving thy neighbor, none of that pesky inconvenience stuff. Jesus paid for everything. And it got me thinking, this is just yet another interesting similarity you see between church and state. In the case of statism, all you have to do is pick a political party who's the good guy and pick a political party who's the bad guy, and always vote for the good guy, and you're covered. Once again, no self-sacrifice, no discipline, no practicing what you preach, no respecting your fellow man, none of that pesky inconvenience stuff. Just vote and sing praises to the state, and you're covered. It just goes back to that whole thinking about how people seem to think that voting for welfare somehow makes you a philanthropist, or voting for war somehow makes you brave and of strong character. And I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, if it were anyone other than government making arguments like this, you'd think he was stark raving mad. And yet so-called thinkers do it all the time with a completely straight face. So this gets back to the whole consolation prize. An easy road to morality for lesser people. That's what they get. So the ruling classes get to steal, murder, and bully people, and get praised for it. And the consolation prize that the non-ruling classes get, they get to feel like good people without actually being like good people. You know, it's a common rule in writing that villains never see themselves as evil. They always have some reason why their evil is justified. Whether it's, oh, well, society wronged me first, therefore it's justified, or it's all for the greater good, or I just did it for the laughs. Okay, that's the Joker. I don't know how many are actually like that, but anyways, that's just my own personal thoughts on the matter. It's a pretty sad thing how some people are so afraid of going for actual, real, genuine virtue. I mean, it's not easy. I mean, it means I have to give up a lot of ideas that I might find comforting, but I understand that they're wrong, and I'm willing to give them up because I think it's well worth it. Like, it's not easy being against the state. It's cost me a few friendships, I'll tell you that. Though looking back, I wouldn't really call them friendships anyway. So if anything, it's a nice way to filter out people that really aren't worth wasting time on. But the satisfaction of knowing the truth and being true to yourself, not having to make excuses or justify things to yourself all the time, it's very relieving, and it's definitely a good thing. Anyways, I'm kind of just rambling here, but that's my thoughts on the matter. It's another sinister reason behind statism. It provides the big-time bad guys with a free pass to do wrong, and it provides the small-time bad guys with a way to feel like good guys without actually being good guys. It's all pretty sad, but oh well. I do my part to help relieve it. Until next time, be aware and be wise.